Today I'm going to be doing a review of the 2013 Ford Edge Limited all-wheel drive. Now I'm excited about this review. This has been one of my favorite vehicles for a long time. So why am I just sitting here? Let's go take a look. Let's talk about what ultimately is most important, the driving experience. Now, I've been a big fan of the Ford Edge since it was released, but when I first drove it, I thought that they needed to improve the steering. It was a little bit vague, a little blocky in feel. Now, thanks to continuous improvement and cycle refreshes and changes, this 2013 model is the best handling vehicle that they've produced. I think it's just a fun car to drive. First off, it's very solid. It's got like a tank feel, and I don't mean that in a sluggish, bad way. I mean, you feel very secure in the vehicle. It holds the road tightly. The steering now, I think, is very responsive, very precise. And this 3.5 liter V6 engine has more than enough power. The 2013 Edge comes standard with a 3.5 liter V6 engine that generates 285 horsepower. Now you can expect 19 miles per gallon in the city and 27 on the highway. Now the all-wheel drive model that I'm testing drops the mileage down to 18 and 25 respectively. Now, fuel economy is your game. There's also a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine called EcoBoost that delivers 240 horsepower and 21 miles city, 30 mpg highway. I'm kicking it back here on these windy country roads, and it's just a blast. It's a fun car to drive. So I really like the interior design of the new Ford Edge. First off, when you get into the car, these thick plush leather seats are just nice and supportive. It's also got this wood grain trim or accent, this nice silver or brushed sweeping accent here, which is very nice. Now, if you know anything about me, if you've seen a fair amount of my reviews, you know that I like technology, especially a nice touchscreen interface, and I like the one that's in here. I think it's a large, vibrant screen. It's pretty responsive. I think it's an intuitive way to control your infotainment, so AM, FM, satellite radio, to control your phone, to also control the climate in the vehicle. It also has push features from Microsoft Sync, so if you subscribe, you can get traffic and weather alerts. I don't know that I would do that, but it's certainly an available option. Now, I've heard some criticism about the technology that's in this vehicle, and certainly if you're not a technology person, this might not be the route for you, but I think the screen is very intuitive. It's similar to using an iPad or a tablet device. Installing the phone was super easy.
Sync has connected your phone.
And one cool thing about Microsoft Sync is that many of the functions and features are voice activated with the press of a button.
Please say a command.
Call.
What name?
Mom. So I'm getting audio feedback, and I'll just cancel that. Since this is a rental, I didn't upload my phone book into the system, so it doesn't know Mom's phone number. But if you had your phone book loaded in, it's as simple as telling it to call Mom. And I think that's cool use of technology. Now, one stumbling block, in my opinion, is this Sony controller. Now, I am a big advocate of touchscreen technology, but I also feel that you need a traditional interface as a backup, just in case the touchscreen doesn't work, or if you have to quickly get to something and you just by memory go to that old traditional way, buttons, real buttons and knobs. This Sony controller is very similar to a touchscreen experience because it has membrane buttons. So there aren't those real dials and knobs. There are a series of these buttons. It looks really good. It's got a nice piano black look to it, like a lacquered look. So it looks very stylish, but it's certainly not the easiest thing to control, and it's not intuitive. It took me a while to figure out where the volume was. So I think that's a little quirky. It's certainly something to work through, but on balance, I love having this technology in the vehicle. I'd much rather have this than not. Now, the rest of the interior, I think, is a knockout as well. It's got a very modern, contemporary look and feel. I'm going to have to give the Edge a thumbs up for interior design, fit and finish. The whole package is just sleek. Crossover vehicles continue to be strong sellers because they're so versatile. The Ford Edge has a nice sized trunk, and the back seats can be folded flat quickly and easily with the flick of a wrist for increased storage capacity. Now, if the flick of the wrist is too strenuous an activity for you, there's push button control to lay the back seats down nice and flat. Take a look. Now that's convenience, right? So there you have it, another honest auto review from an average guy. If you're in the market for a mid-size SUV that's loaded with tech bling and style, you definitely should put the Ford Edge on your test drive list, and I'll see you next time. And the best part of it with Microsoft Sync,
Please say a command.
you can just talk to it.
Sorry, please say a command.
I want to go to dinner.